first heard the term sidebar when I was negotiating the multi-billion-dollar TV theatrical contract when I was an officer with SAG-AFTRA. And the sidebar is a sidebar conference in a court of law, a discussion between the lawyers and the judge held out of earshot of the jury. And in the spring of 2020 is when Michael told Archangel Michael, whom I work with in my psychic work, told me that I was going to be doing these readings for you guys here on YouTube, and now is the time. So these sidebars are these little conferences, short little tidbits of information pertaining to a situation going on in your life right now that's going to be my psychic channelings for all the 12 signs, and then we get a little bit of tarot on it, and it's just a little bit of discussion held out of earshot of the people in your life that this pertains to give you a little bit more information as it's guided. So enjoy. Hello Aquarius, welcome to your private one-on-one sidebar with me. Aquarius, you little weirdos. The download I got for you tuning into your energy is my view was from behind this extremely masculine energy sitting in this chair and with like a cigarette or a cigar or something smoking in the left hand. And it looked like a Godfather poster, which is why, and I got total Don Vito vibes. Because I got this sense of both being like a small child looking at like an adult in an unguarded moment in the next room vibe, like smoky, warm, hazy energy vibe. And then I also got, from the masculine's perspective, thinking about life, about what's going on, about family and politics and business and work and like all of that. And the perspective was very different. It was very... That's why this is your reading, because it was so Aquarian. And you might watch The Godfather and think that's very Scorpionic. You might think this is so Scorpio, the underworld, mafia, this, that. But I'm actually getting a very strong Aquarian masculine energy, which, if you remember the film, Don Vito initially decides against getting into the drug business. It's a dirty business. There was a consciousness about it that he had, which is extremely Aquarian. So another thing that's extremely Aquarian is like having luxurious things, or just having like a nice life, you like your stuff, nice stuff. It's a little bit of that, sort of Saturnian energy. And the reason why it's like that's the reason why that's there, is because the Aquarius has very strong ideas about people as a group. When it comes to relating and intimately connecting with person one-on-one, the Aquarius has that difficulty. The Aquarius likes that barrier, likes that space, likes that detachment. So oftentimes you'll see that there will be someone that is so passionate for social justice and so for the group, so the ideal, but like one-on-one, or they may have weird judgments in their families or in their private circles. It could be a little bit more old-fashioned, actually. But, sorry, what I'm getting for you, Aquarius, is this Don Vito energy of, like, yes, you do want what's best for the whole. However, you're really realistic, like not pessimistic, realistic. You're very much thinking about your life in like a very sort of colder or harder way. And it might seem pessimistic to other people, or if you talk about just things you're thinking about to people, they might think it's a little dark, but it's just this really sober, thank you, it's very sober. It's a very sober way to look at life and the world. And for Don Vito, he had that about him where he was very sober in his assessments of people and his assessments of situations, so that the decisions that he made, it was a little bit more realistic, and we won't get into the whole plot of the first movie. But that's what I'm getting for you, Aquarius, is this energy of a very, very sober outlook, very, very sober perspective on something. Remember, this is just a little detail of something bigger going on in your life. So it could be that you need to take on a more sober, realistic perspective with some of the stuff going on, or you may be encountering someone who has a perspective that you don't understand, and this may be them that I'm describing, and I've hopefully helped you come around to see how they're looking at something in a way that you couldn't understand before. And if this is you, and I mean, you're a cross watcher, this is how the Aquarius feels. They're just being realistic. They're not being, it's nothing if anything, it's nothing personal. If you're cross watching for an Aquarius, if there's one thing, it's not personal. Aquarius, I missed a card in Capricorns. They got the Ace of Pentacles, and then I went to put the Ace of Pentacles back after the reading was done, and I saw the Ace of Wands upturned, and it was crazy, and I was like, oh my God. So Aquarius, you have this Ace of Wands to add to your channeling, and you even have the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That's interesting. So this Don Vito energy, guess what? It makes a perfect entrepreneur. It makes a perfect go-getter. It makes a perfect initiator, planner, cardinals. It's actually very cardinal sign energy. You may have Capricorn, lots of Capricorn placements, or your North Node in Capricorn or something, but you are really energized. And what I like about this is that you're being so realistic. Like, whatever you do want to start, wait till after Saturday, wait till after the new moon in Scorpio. But after that, after you get going, enjoy the process, because you're not going to make any mistakes. It's like the rose-colored glasses could have come off about something, or I just feel like you're taking life so seriously, and it's not in a way where you're putting pressure on yourself, or it's not in a way that you are even succumbing to that kind of weight and that pressure. It's more like this gulping it down. It's actually very Capricorn. It's actually very Saturnian, but it's just very accepting and empowering yourself through what you want for yourself in your own life, and being able to create from the realist perspective. And if you think about it, Aquarius, lots of times creation comes from the idealistic or the fantasy perspective. You being creative, what I'm picking up, is coming from a very grounded, realistic, strategic air sign perspective. So it's got a different flavor, and it's actually very exciting. So keep writing down those ideas. You're probably getting a lot of ideas because of the full moon with Uranus that we're still in from Halloween, but wait until after Saturday, after the new moon in Scorpio, to implement. Okay, dearie. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there for you. Leave that for you to sit with. I do other channelings, and I put more channelings on my Patreon, patreon.com/theartegan, if you are interested. And the Patreon, I have like that Patreon stuff, Patreon stuff. My channelings on Patreon and everything I do there supports Patreon, and it supports the YouTube. So I'm a screenwriter. That's what I do. That's my thing. And this is a whole separate thing, and it does its own thing. So yeah, if I just I can't help who I am, and so anyway, so I put all that stuff there. It's there for you. Hop on, hop off, toggle up, toggle down. I teach classes. It's my life. So Would love to see you over there. If not, totally cool. I'll catch you guys next week on the flip side. If you're looking for a psychic reading, I have a lot. I have a lot. You can still book me through the website, but it's quite expensive. I did what I didn't want to do, which was raise my rates. But luckily, I can recommend Keen. The link is in the description box below. They have specialists. I have a pen on my finger, but they have specialists. They have psychics that specialize in love and soulmates and twin flames and stuff. So I really recommend checking those guys out. What else is going on with me? That's about it. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Until then, many, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings.